I mean, to be honest, I was just amazed that you can go to a powerlifting meet for 10-year-olds. Who did that when they went to the rule book? They went, you know what I'm missing from this, Dave? And Dave was like, what is it, Terry? We need to have a round for 10-year-olds. Like, oh, bingo, that's it. Simon Miller, the broken bald a-hole here. Thank you very much for joining me as always. Genetics are an incredible thing. I always think this when you think about sportsmen or bodybuilders or even a pole vaulter, right? For some reason, some people get born into this world and they just have magical gifts that other people don't have. And if you're like me, sometimes you get really mad about this. Although saying that, they don't teach pole vault over here in England unless you specifically go out of your way to be taught the pole vault. So there's every chance this moron sat here right now talking to on YouTube could be the best pole vaulter ever. I mean, it's drastically untrue. My balance is abysmal. I should be locked in jail for it. But still, it kind of drives me nuts. Anyway, that does all tie into today's video because we want to welcome Tate Fegley. That's not how you pronounce his name, but you can see it on the screen anyway. A 10-year-old powerlifter who is able to do stuff like this. So here he is, watching it on my phone down here in case you're interested, at a meet where he broke his own PR. And this guy's 10 years old. He's not a guy, this kid is 10 years old. And he did a 260-pound deadlift. I mean, it's 259.8 pounds, but I don't think we need to take away the rest of it. And this is kind of crazy. Like, I think it's about, what, 108 kilograms or something like that. And 108 kilograms is a lot of weight. Like, sometimes when I go to the gym, I'm feeling a bit tired, I'll rep out like 150 or something. And I get it, I'm doing it for 8 reps. But watch this. This kid is 10 years old. Look how effortlessly he does it. It's amazing. And obviously he's got the mask on because of the pandemic and everything like that. And we move down to the next one because we've got everything. This is the 110-pound bench press for a 10-year-old. 110 pounds. He's 10. He hasn't even gone through puberty yet, which we'll talk about in 1 second, which goes to show some people are just naturally born gifted. But look how effortlessly he does this, as if he's just walking down the road. I struggle to walk down the road. Sometimes I fall into the street and get hit by a car. Like, man, I can't even do it. He just reps it out. And there's two amazing ones. The squats are always the best. I don't know why. But the first one is 203 pounds. The second one is 214. We don't get to see the third, but he failed on 222. But still, the thing I love about the squat is that everybody will struggle with the weight, you know, when it kind of gets to their level. But even then, he just powers through. And it's got to be harder with that mask on too. I know I keep going back to that, but it's difficult enough to lift heavy without it. And then we move on to his 214-pound lift. And yeah, this is just a 240-pound. How proud would you be of your kid if they just did this? I'll tell you the origin story. That's right, he's a superhero now. And he held down at the bottom as well, which probably made it a little bit harder. It's really, really good rep. I like this one that he's put up on his Instagram as well. When I think it's meant to be when lifts go wrong. But even still, he's doing, okay, you fell down, but you're doing crazy heavy cleans. And you're 10. I can't get my head around it. It's absolutely nuts. And if you do, again, Tate Fegley is how I'm pronouncing it. I don't know if it's true. If you go on his Instagram page, he's got loads of stuff. And, you know, if you look at him, he doesn't look, you know, in terms of aesthetics, you wouldn't go, oh my gosh, that guy's a genetic freak. But the boy, again, is clearly a genetic freak. I don't know if this is the same video or not. Or this is when he's going to fall down again. To be honest, I could watch it all day. I can't believe a kid, a kid that can do so much. I didn't know he had a training video as well. Trust the process, week 3. He's already into Instagram motivational quotes, and he's 10. But look at that. I mean, I don't know how much weight is on there, but it kind of freaks me out to bit strong. I mean, freak out in an impressive sort of way. No, continue watching, damn it. I mean, in an impressive kind of a way, in the sense that, you know, when you see a kid, you have a certain idea in your head of what they are going to be able to do and what they're not going to be able to do. And see him just, again, approach the bar with so much confidence and just smash it out as much as he does is amazing. I mean, that's better form than I see in most people doing gyms. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, again, you're only cheating yourself if you're not doing the right form. And you need to, it's like anything else, it's education. You need to teach yourself to get good at the reps and focus on range of motion and stuff like that. Some people are just born with it. Some people are just Maybelline. I'm going to turn it down on my phone because it's going to disrupt me. But I keep that running in the background in case you want to check it out. But it's such a fascinating story too. I mean, I was notified about this guy. He's doing dumbbell rows. I was notified of this guy because Men's Health got a really interesting article. I'll make sure I link in the description. Go and read it if you can. Essentially, his dad and well, now his trainer, who used to work out with his dad, they went to a gym that they had built, I think in their parents' house or something like that. And when their backs were turned, the kid went with them because it's the coolest thing ever, going to a gym with your dad. I remember the reason I first found a gym is because I went with a mate of mine that was older and I felt this really cool kid. I'm pretty sure it'd be the same here. And when they turned their backs, there was 110 pounds on a barbell, and he would just went in there to see if he could pick it up, right? Because that's what people do in gyms when you first go, especially when it's not a public gym. Like, oh, how much can I lift? You try and lift like the 85 kilogram dumbbells and realize you can't do it, and then you're an absolute moron. But he went to lift it, and he was able to do it. And then he turned to his dad, and he said, hey, Dad, watch this. His dad was like, no, don't do it. And then he picked it up, and it was like, wait a flubbing minute. We've got money here, people. And that was, I think he was 8 years old when he did that. So 2 years later, he's clearly embraced it, and away he's going. And it hasn't gone through puberty is the absolutely crazy thing. So I'm not an expert in terms of what the hell your hormones are doing. I know what happens during puberty. Obviously, your testosterone, well, lots of your hormones skyrocket up. Some people have high estrogen too, but it's going to be massively interesting to watch what does happen when he gets to, 13, 14, 15, 16, and he is going through that phase, and all of a sudden his body is going through the positive changes, I suppose, for doing something like this. He's going to turn into some kind of a huss. But so many people, you get all these people going. This is why I'm glad that we actually got a competition that was a meet. Because sometimes people see these videos like, oh, it's all fake, it's not real, I don't believe it. Well, they're not going to fake that, are they? There's just no way. And it's just the rise of social media. I don't want to get too off track here, but that's why you're getting to see these, genetically superior athletes everywhere, is because they were always showcased. The videos just didn't go as viral as they once did. But now everybody's on social media all the time, so you see it constantly. Now, of course, there is a certain controversy to this as well, because there are a lot of studies out there, and as I've always said, you can find a study for everything. However, you can find a study for this that says if you do start lifting too early, you can stunt your growth, you can affect your growth spurts, you can affect your bones, and so on and so forth. Do I know anything about that? I mean, sometimes people say that I should be taller than I am. I'm basically 6 foot, so I'm 6 foot and a half, basically, so in shoes I'm about 6'1". But my sister is like 5'10", 5'11", and my brother is like 6'5". And I started lifting weights when I was 16, so some people in my life have said to me, oh, you'd be much taller if it wasn't for lifting weights. And I'd be like, yeah, but I got so much joy and love from lifting weights. Nobody was going to be able to convince me as a 16-year-old, oh, Simon, if you just hold off, you'll be taller. Now I would take it. I would kill to be 6'4". That's right, I would kill a man. But we kind of do these things, but it's a whole different thing when you're doing it at 10 years old for all the things that we've talked about. Some people have described it as, oh, it's a social experiment, we're going to see what's going to happen. But ultimately, as long as it's his decision, he's doing it and he's enjoying it, it's difficult for me, because if you now take it away from him, he's probably going to be devastated. And is that good? I mean, look, if it's not healthy for him, then no, you should absolutely not do it. But I'm not 100% sure if there is an absolute on that or not. You'd have to talk to a doctor, but when we do these kind of videos and you're talking about 10-year-old lifters, I think it's only fair to mention it. I mean, to be honest, I was just amazed that you can go to a powerlifting meet for 10-year-olds. Who did that? When they went to the rule book, they went, you know what I'm missing from this, Dave? And Dave was like, what is it, Terry? We need to have a round for 10-year-olds. Like, oh, bingo, that's it. But there clearly must be a market for it. So yeah, there you go. Make sure you check him out. Make sure you go read the article on Men's Health, or in Men's Health, in case you buy it. I would love to be that strong. That guy's going to be stronger than us all, unless you're watching this and you know that you're a genetic freak as well. It blows my mind. Like, I am strong for me, given how long I've been going to the gym, right? But I'm not naturally strong. Like somebody I would compare him to, not really, because they look completely different. It's like a Brock Lesnar in WWE. That guy's just strong. Everybody says that. He's like a farm boy, and he's just massive. And he would have been strong even if he had never gone into a weight room. But of course he did, and he gets even stronger still. And some people are just born with that crazy kind of strength. And I envy it, and I want it. Although, again, don't forget, to have an amazing body, if we're talking about the physical, the visual side of things, you don't have to be super strong. So then you need to kind of work that out. You've always got that question, right? You always got that question. Would you rather be super strong, or would you rather look like $1 million we'll go with? And I always go with that one. I'll be a weak old cat, but if I look like I could kill you, that's all good. So yeah, Tate Fegley, 10-year-old powerlifter. That's why I love I got into this YouTube stuff. Would never have kind of stumbled on this stuff otherwise, and it's good that we were able to sit here and talk about it. Now, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Hit the bell, ding, ding. There's another video right there that you can watch, should you so wish. I also have Twitter and Instagram, at Simon316. Not many pictures of me doing lifts like that, because I can't do them, if we're completely honest. Patreon.com/Simon316 if you want to support financially. SimonMiller.BigCartel.com for merchandise. But otherwise, I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.